Hey, nerds. This is Donald Gibb, Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds. You know what I mean? So, for all things pop culture, listen to Matt and Mooney on Subfacts. They are nerds just like you. So, listen, you nerds, you better listen to the podcast or I'll find out where you live and Ogre will move in with you. So, get your ears over there and listen to the podcast. Matt and Mooney are waiting for you. Bye, nerds.
Hello and welcome to Subfacts. I'm your host, Matt. I'm here with my partner in crime, Mooney. What's up, Mooney?
I was weak, dude.
What do you mean?
I was weak.
I did the whole what?
No, like that. You're like, like you felt that was.
Oh,
that
I think it's because I
felt completely like you mailed that in.
No, I had to. I know what it is I turned your headphones down a little bit, so maybe that's what it was.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
it felt like really mailed in.
I feel like I came on strong on that one. Like I thought that was like an official like.
Weak.
It is.
We would ask Brian, but we
can't ask Brian at this point.
Wait a minute. So how are we going to do the warm up?
I'm going to have to read everything.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah,
so we're still doing a warm up.
We're still here. Okay, folks, we're going to allude to the fact that we're having some technical difficulties, and we'll talk about that later on in the show. But at this point, Brian is with us. You just can't hear him.
You can't hear him.
Yeah,
he's in spirit.
He is definitely here in spirit. He would wave to you, but he can't. So anyway,
sorry, people.
Yeah, but folks, we'll figure it out. We're good. We're professionals.
I would love to.
We've actually
for a while now.
We've actually dealt with way worse situations, and we've still put on a show.
Persevered.
Yes. So I think we can do this no matter what. So,
I think so too.
This will just be the glitch show.
The glitch.
And so
I love it.
Boom.
We already got a show title, The Glitch.
Here we go, folks. Okay, so even though we can't hear Brian, he did do a warm-up, so lucky you guys, I get to read it.
All right.
So
well, we can take turns reading it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to
are the words up there or
no, not yet.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, so the first warm-up question is, if Jurassic Park was a real thing, would you visit?
No chance.
I agree with you, except for here's my thing.
Jungle? You don't like the jungle, dude?
No, I don't like I don't like much of it.
Sahara?
Here's me. No, I'm not going day one. Like, in the movies, like it's always like day one, day two. I'm not doing day one, day two. I'm doing like a decade in. If they're a good decade in and there's no...
Okay, so now the fence is a decade old and the technology is a decade old.
No,
the dinosaurs could get over it and break out.
No, they've gotten all the kinks out. I'm
How do you know they got the kinks out? Kinks happen anytime, like today. You didn't expect Brian to have a kink, but it happened. What if you go to Jurassic Park and there's a kink?
Okay, well, maybe I do this. Like, here's my thing. I would like to see the friendly, like the veggie eating dinosaurs. I'd like to see those. Maybe I'll pet one on his head and stuff. But like, I don't want to see I don't need to see a T-Rex necessarily.
You've told me how thousands of times you hate people.
That's
you
true.
Don't hate every person. You just hate the people that suck.
Yeah.
But there's like at least a decent portion of them that ruin it for everybody else. So if you go to Jurassic Park, there's going to be a decent portion of dinosaurs that are going to wreck your experience for the cute little dinosaurs that are going to come up to you. You can pet their head and stuff.
True. Okay. So, is there a dinosaur petting zoo I could hit? Like, like that's what I need. Maybe there's like
a sub park.
So here's the thing. Maybe there's like Jurassic Park, right?
TOO.
And then I wait like a decade or so, and then there's little sub parks that come out, like the farmers.
Sub park for sub bats.
Yes. So if there's like a little dinosaur petting zoo off to the road, off the side of the road. That's the one I'm going to.
I'll go with you to that one.
If I could like feed them those little grain pellets or something.
Grain pellets?
Yeah, like when you go to those little zoos, there's like grain pellets you can buy for like a quarter in your hand. You get a handful.
What?
You never seen that?
I don't remember the last.
Oh, no.
I haven't been to the zoo in forever.
When you have a little kid, you have to go to those things, and it's
Grain
always like you
pellets?
stick like a quarter in. It's like a gumball machine. You stick like a quarter in it, and like little grain pellets, and it seems like anything that's in a petting zoo universally eats the same thing. So if it's like
they all eat the same.
they all eat those grain pellets, whatever it is, like
They-
goats, pigs, chickens. They all
There's
eat
no
it.
way the entire zoo population of animals all eat grain pellets.
They totally do. I'm telling you, they love grain pellets. It's nuts. You know, it's true. I'm going to take you to one of those zoos so you can see it.
I was hoping for the nickname, but
yeah, no, grain pellets. Later on in the show, sir.
Okay.
Later on the show, we've got plenty of show to go. Okay, so that was question number 1. Good question, Brian. These questions are great when you can't hear them. Have you noticed that? No, I'm just kidding.
What is worse?
Finding a rat in your kitchen or a cockroach in your bed?
Oh, number one.
Well, here's the thing. Number 1.
He said rat. He didn't say mouse.
I used to have a pet rat, believe it or not, when I was a kid.
What?
Pet rats. I will tell you this. If you have boys, you know, like hamsters, they suck. They die like within a week.
But rats are better?
Rats will live through anything. Like we used to have like hamster Olympics. That lasts like a weekend. The hamster somehow pulls a femur or something like that. I don't know what it is, but they always die. Hamsters always die. Rats, on the other hand, they're way more robust. And so they're actually really good pets if you don't think of them as being the vermin. Like if you get them from like a reputable pet store or whatever, you don't have to worry about the disease and all that kind of crap. They're actually pretty dope.
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, but
some cockroaches can fly. I hear.
Oh, they totally do. Don't think they
what?
Don't. Yeah, there's flying cockroaches. They're more tropical, I think.
Oh my God, I would be.
But see, the cockroach in your bed, you're gonna always feel like you're itchy. Like you're always gonna feel like you're itchy. Whereas if you see the rat, it's alarming. Don't get me wrong. But you can extinguish it. You can get rid of it, and
Not that easy to get rid of.
But you're like, hey, I'm perfectly fine.
They're fast little buggers.
Yeah, but you could scoop them up in a bowl or something like that. But a cockroach,
oh yeah, you can just scoop them up in a bowl. They're vicious little creatures.
But a cockroach, there's like a bunch of them, and you're constantly going to be wondering, is that my thing? So I'll take the rat.
I would probably go to a hotel either way.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the morbid question.
Yeah,
now I'm going to
freaking go. Next question. Okay, what do you feel has been your greatest win so far in life?
Ooh. Man, like I didn't know I was going to have like these really
deep thoughts.
Yeah, I was going to say these are deep penetrating things going on tonight.
Deep penetration. that was my nickname back in college. But no, that could be the greatest win in life is deep penetration.
I don't know. Like
I've had a bunch, so I can't really.
I don't know. I'd have to probably think about it for a little bit during the show, and I don't know. Like surviving up to this point, that's a win. Yeah. Getting married is a win.
Yeah, and folks, I don't think I've ever mentioned it on the show, but your boy is a cancer survivor, so that's a huge.
That's
win.
a huge win. I can't top that.
That's
not big, many people can.
Yeah, like that's a big win for me. But honestly, just finding a wife and having a child and living, to your point, up to this point, unscathed outside of cancer, but they're all wins,
Yeah,
it really depends on how you look at it.
That's a tough one. I mean, there's days that I'm like happy for everything, and then there's days like, oh God, like,
yeah,
why does this happen?
Yeah. So anyway, I do like this question because it does make you think about all the things you're grateful
for. The positives,
for.
You're grateful for.
Way to go, Brian, ending on a positive.
It's like I tell people when they're like about my luck. I say, look, I'm lucky in a lot of things, just not, so those trump the things that people see, like the betting and the gambling and all that other stuff.
My wife and I are convinced that's why we haven't won the lottery, is because we're so happy together. You know what I mean? Like it's just, we have a great relationship, great family. So it's like, that's why we're not winning the lottery. So, dagger.
That is a dagger. Waiting. Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers.
That is a dagger for you, sir.
It might be a little closer. We traded Elijah Moore to the Browns today with a 3rd round pick for a 2nd round pick.
Elijah Moore, that's our boy.
So now, yeah, I know. Sucks. I was
Yeah.
really mad about that. So now we have 2 2nd round picks, which leads me to believe that the trade is inching closer.
I saw a thing today, and I obviously don't pay attention to it as much as you do, but like if the contingency plan is, I guess, if Aaron Rodgers backs out or doesn't go, Matthew Stafford might be.
I was just going to mention that. That's a red herring move.
Okay.
So it's a genius red herring move. So basically it's like, you know what? Keep Aaron Rodgers. We don't need him. We understand it's too much trouble for you to trade him. We didn't anticipate it being this much trouble. We're just going to go for Stafford. We're fine.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Green Bay's like, no. Wait a minute. Hold on.
So we're still full on Aaron Rodgers. Okay.
I think that's a distraction move. I think that's like a bluff call move.
Okay, fair enough. Boom. Okay, so now to the show. Okay, folks, I think I just want to address it right off the bat. Yes, we've had some technical difficulties, obviously, with Brian. And then we did another reaction video, and we had a little bit of more, like, just when you think you're perfect,
right?
Some little thing goes wrong.
That's right.
So we had another hiccup. This time it wasn't in the last. So last time we did the reaction videos, it was the video itself.
Right.
The video was choppy and whatever. Now the video is perfect, but the audio is a little bit suspect. And like you can still hear it and all that, but it's not where we need it to be, where we'd like it to be. So when we had the issues,
more tweaks are needed.
Absolutely. So when we had the issues, I was like, dude, we love doing these reactions. I'm going to see what we can do to make things better. So I decided to build a computer. So like went out and got like the best of the best. I basically built a Lamborghini. Now the problem is, I have to get all the settings the same way that we had them on the old computer.
Tough to do. Audio settings, visual settings. Yeah.
So the reason why I'm wearing my Subfacts Creative Underground shirt is because I made a phone call to our boy Andy from Creative Underground because I was like,
I'd be like, dude, audio, video, genius.
I'm like, I can build a computer, but when it comes to like those things, I was like, I need to call in the experts. Yeah. So Andy graciously agreed to come over and help me out. So I'm thinking by the next time we do this show, everything's going to be where we need to be, because there's a couple issues that it could be, and hopefully they're really quick and easy things to fix. But just when I thought I had it perfect, I was so irritated. So just when I thought it was good. But what really sinks is the fact. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'll tell you what, I'm a Love Bites fan now.
Oh, boom. Love Bites is solid. That's our band. So what I will say is, what's really annoying is when you do build your own computer, what happened was I updated Windows 2 while I was at it. It's like, you're going to do it, I might as well. So I got Windows 11, and everything like program wise that I used in Windows 10 is completely different in Windows 11.
It didn't carry over?
No.
Settings and everything?
No, even when you go to you take like the video footage that we have and you just go to clip it.
Yeah.
It took me maybe like 2 minutes to just clip prior in Windows 10. But now when you go into like the video viewer or whatever, you go to edit, and it's like it takes you to a whole nother software.
Why?
And then the stupidity of this software is when you finally, it took me a half hour to figure out how to just do the clipping. Then it leaves a black mark on each one. Then you have to go in and delete. So you basically, you hate this in the real world. Something that took me like 2 steps now takes me like 6 steps.
Why don't you go back to the 2 steps?
Oh, and so then I saw a thing revert to the legacy version.
Yeah.
The legacy version doesn't give you the editing function that it used to, which makes no sense. Why would I go to the legacy?
So they're forcing you to use the dumb version of the editing.
Yes, they're basically making me do an extra 6 steps or whatever that I didn't do.
That is so ridiculous.
Way to go,
dude.
Windows 11,
Thanks.
folks. So anyway, we'll figure it all out. I feel very confident that creativeunderground.co.com will be able to help us with our issues, and we will be good going forward.
Who's the guy now? Bill Gates was the guy, right? I mean,
yeah, I think he has some kind of stake in it. I don't know who's actually a Microsoft person now, but
well, we got to call him and Brian, get him on the line.
Well, don't talk to Brian. He can't talk.
Oh, sorry.
And so, Oh, who is his name? Satya Nadella.
Well, that guy sucks.
Well, that guy screwed up my life. But anyway, we'll figure it out. We persevere. And so, anyway, so that's going on, folks. That's fun for us. Interesting thing. While I was waiting I ordered all my parts from Amazon.
Of course you did. You love Amazon.
I do, because Amazon typically delivers to me faster, all this kind of stuff.
2-day delivery, right? Yeah, of course.
So get this. Friday night, I have all the parts I need except for one key component. And the key component was like set to be delivered.
Right.
And they kept bumping the delivery. So it was kind of like,
you're like all excited.
Yeah,
I'm going to have a brand new computer.
Yeah. It was like, you're going to have it at like 2:00. Then it was like, you're going to have it between 4 and 8. Then it was like,
oh, they even bumped on the same day.
So they bumped the same day. So we get to a point where I decide to go get dinner. And as I'm at the car, the Amazon guy pulls up and I'm like, yes, perfect timing.
Right.
This is the weirdest thing I've ever had happen. This is why I don't like people. So the Amazon truck comes out, the guy gets out of his truck and I go, awesome. That's perfect timing, because I was just about to leave.
Yeah.
But I was like, perfect timing. He comes up to me like as close as we are, and he hands me the package. And as he's handing me the package, he goes, do you check your blood pressure?
Why the hell would he ask you that?
I don't know. So I go, not really. I was just trying to like,
so weird.
I didn't know what to say other than like, not really. Then he goes, you should really check your blood pressure. He goes, I've survived 3 strokes. And then he tells me how he died on the table and his mom is having a conversation.
Where does this come from?
I have no clue.
Why did he just decide to reveal all of this stuff to you?
I have no idea. I just wanted my computer part. I'm like late to pick up dinner.
How does that happen? That happens to me at a bar.
The guy's
that doesn't
telling
happen
me
with an
this,
Amazon delivery, dude.
The guy starts telling me this heart-wrenching story on how he's dead on the table. His mom's having a conversation with the doctor on like what to do.
Sorry.
And I go, at least you're here now to deliver my part.
Don't go dying on me.
But he goes, he's like, so yeah, and I'm like, never mind. I was like, no, I'm just, I didn't know what to say. I do check. I was like, I check my blood pressure all the time. Perfect. And I almost wanted to go see, I have the best doctor in the world.
Okay,
but like,
weirdo.
Who does that?
No one does that.
There was no high. There was no.
People do that at bars every now and then, right? People go like, okay, sorry. Let me put it this way. People will do that if you give them something. Like if you said to him, "Oh my God, I'm so excited! Like I feel like I've been having a heart attack all day waiting to get this part."
Yeah, like that.
If you said that, then he has full liberty to disclose the story.
Yeah,
but if you just say perfect timing. Speaking of timing,
do you take your blood pressure? And it was just
what?
It was so weird. And so my whole drive to pick up food, I'm like, where did that come from? Like, then I was like, is it because I'm fat? Like, did he think that, well, I'm a fat, here's a fat guy, he should be checking his blood pressure? I don't know.
Oh my God, that's like Cat's Eye Twilight Zone stuff, dude.
And so, of course, as we do on the show, I immediately text you guys going, remember Amazon driver for the show. Because I didn't want to forget that.
By the way, when you said that, I thought it was going to be some lame story. That is nuts.
How nuts is that? It's literally just like, who does that?
I
almost wanted
By the way, I get gravitators at bars that tell me about everything, but it's usually sports related.
Yeah.
Not.
I didn't have a shirt on that said something like living life to the fullest.
What if wait a minute. Imagine he pulled out like a portable, like,
that would be hilarious.
Okay, you know what? Hey, dude, if you don't mind, let me check your blood pressure now for you.
But also, what do you say? What do you say to the person? I was dumbfounded. I'm just like,
I don't know.
Well, at least you're here to deliver my package. I'm like, thank God for that. I didn't know what to do.
Like when you see you, buddy.
It was very weird. try not to have a stroke on your way to the next house.
What?
It was really odd. And I was like, fortunately, I have a good sense of humor about it, but like I can see like a complete Karen or whatever would call Amazon and be like, that's inappropriate. You shouldn't ask me that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
But like
that guy could get Karen for 100%.
Oh, absolutely. I just thought it was weird. And it just struck me as odd. Like the whole night, I'm like, why? What does my face say? Like I need to have a blood pressure check.
Yeah.
Other than being rotund,
Yeah, but
I also be like, dude, I've lost a bunch of weight, son. You haven't seen me in a while.
Seriously.
But
But even if you were the old Maddie, that's still inappropriate.
it is, right? And so I don't know. I just thought that was weird.
Okay, dude.
Yeah. So
thanks for the package. See ya.
So I'm going to transition, and it's going to be an awkward transition, folks.
How do you?
It's gonna.
You can't smoothly transition out of that.
You can't.
No way, dude.
Well, there is a stroke factor to it.
Okay, good.
So it's going to sound really sad, but I do have I've cleared it. We can tell this. I can tell the story. So my wife's been on travel.
Oh, no.
And
you're not.
And I got a phone call last night, right before we were going to do our reactions, and she wanted me to know that her grandmother passed away, and
you transitioned.
Well, she had a stroke, or she had a series of Well, she had a series of strokes, but anyway, I guess that's the only segue we can do. But anyway, she passed away, and so of course I do the I'm sorry, blah blah blah,
right,
all the stuff that you do. And I will say, I'm going to call her Grandma Shirley, because Grandma Shirley was like the best, the nicest lady in the whole wide world. But then I said to the wife, I'm like, you're okay. Yeah, everything's good. I'm doing the show tomorrow. Do you mind if I tell the Grandma Shirley story?
You have a Grandma Shirley story.
And she was like, okay, for the good of the show, it's funny, and I think it would be. And I said, look, I'm going to pay homage to Grandma Shirley by telling this story.
Let's go.
So when my wife and I we were courting each other, you start to spend holidays at different places. So for Christmas, I decided to go up to her family's house, do the whole Christmas, and we're adults. So it's not a matter of like gifts or anything like that.
I know what you're
just,
saying.
You spend the time.
Yeah.
So
a little meet and greet, get to know.
Yeah, and you get to see,
like you like them.
Exactly. You get to see how they do. And that's the first time I met Grandma Shirley. And so they had the typical tree, and there's gifts under the tree, and it's, hey, everybody, let's open gifts. And keep in mind, it was a couple days after Christmas, so it wasn't even like so it's
right. So the mystique wore off a little bit.
Yeah, we're all adults. And so I don't assume there's anything for me under the tree. I just assume it's, the wife passing on her family and stuff like that. So then there was a set of gifts for me and from Grandma Shirley.
Nice. Way to go.
And Grandma Shirley is like across the room from me.
Right.
I'm across the room in a chair, and I have like this pile of gifts from Grandma Shirley, and other people are like opening their stuff. So there's a card, and I open the card first because you're kind of supposed to.
Yeah,
that's sweet of Grandma Shirley. I open it up, and it's one of those like welcome, Merry Christmas type things. But then there's a Polaroid of my wife, and she looks pretty drunk in the picture.
What?
And I look at my wife, and I'm like, and she's like, oh my God, I was so drunk in that picture. How did you get that? I'm like, well, Grandma Shirley gave it to me. So there's a drunk Polaroid of my wife in hand. And I'm like, thank you, Grandma Shirley. I didn't know what that was. So then I opened up another, there's a little gift from Grandma Shirley. And it was a personal massager. And
what?
It was like this vibrating thing. And I'm like, what? And so now I have a drunk Polaroid of my wife and a vibrator.
Oh my Lord.
And Grandma Shirley's just looking at me with a sweet smile, and I'm just like, thank you, Grandma Shirley.
Where?
And then there was like a thing of
my Lord.
Planters mixed nuts. And then then a pair
of
what is
she hinting at?
Then a pair of black socks. And that was it. And I'm like, what? Because
I didn't.
That
is like the most
It was
odd collection of gifts.
I was like, I got a drunk. So
What'd you get for Christmas? A drunk.
I got a
picture of my
drunk.
wife
Well,
and a
she wasn't my
vibrator.
wife. She wasn't my wife at the time, but it was
girlfriend.
like, so I got a drunk picture of your granddaughter in a vibrator from Grandma Shirley. And
Lord,
and I don't
how
think,
does that happen?
and I will say this, Grandma Shirley was extremely sweet lady.
Right.
I don't think she knew fully what it was.
Right.
I thought she thought it was like a personal massager,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. So I really don't think she
didn't
intended
know. She
it.
was just being nice.
She probably also didn't realize my wife was completely wasted in the picture that,
yeah,
like
probably
straight
not.
googly eyes.
Yeah,
it was
just-
like,
she thought she had a nice smile or whatever.
yeah, like it was literally like the walk of shame type of picture. and so, but it's like, here's my granddaughter. You can have her. I hear she's good, you know? And by the way, have some mixed nuts and some socks. And so I will never,
Wow.
like I said,
you can never forget that.
I will never forget Grandma. And I will say that Grandma Shirley is the best because as you get older, like your own family stops kind of sending you that birthday gift. The infamous like $20 in a card. Grandma Shirley never forgot. And it was like, even before we were married, she would still send me like a birthday gift, a birthday card and Christmas. So, thank you and RIP to Grandma Shirley. But sweetest lady in the world. But yeah, she set her daughter up to get, I think she was like, somebody has to marry her. Let me just make it as easy as possible and go.
Right, exactly.
She'll enjoy this. And there's I'm not going to go into details, folks, but there is an awkward situation where like, do we use Grandma Shirley's gift? Like knowing that it came from your grandmother?
Right. It's okay. We can use it.
Or is it awkward? Like Grandma Shirley would want you to use this or have this.
I think if you start using it, then you forget all about
Grandma Shirley gave it. It's kind of like having that Jesus picture in your room, your bedroom. So it's like, I was just like, is it awkward using Grandma Shirley's gift? So, anyway, thank you, Grandma Shirley. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
And so, Brian's going somewhere.
Where's he going?
I don't know.
Is he researching Grandma Shirley?
Oh, he's pulling up a Mallrats scene.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't work when you're not here. No, I'm just kidding. So the other quick thing I want to mention, only quick, because Mooney and I have had this ongoing argument since probably for 15 years now, since we've known each other. I made the statement after watching Gran Torino that I could kick Clint Eastwood's ass like right now. And you've been like, no chance you can beat Clint Eastwood because you're thinking like 1970s Philo Beto. And it's like, no, I'm talking Gran Torino. I could take Clint Eastwood.
Not Gran Torino, Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 years after Gran Torino, but like the Mule Clint Eastwood, yes. Not Gran Torino Clint Eastwood.
I still think Gran Torino Clint Eastwood. But anyway, so I saw an article, of course.
Right.
So Clint Eastwood's now 92. And apparently he has been out of public sight for 408 days.
A whole year plus.
Yeah. So people are really concerned about his health, which at 92, you probably should be.
Yeah.
Apparently he's got a couple of projects like he's on the docket for,
lined up.
But he's not, like, no one has seen him. So everybody's concerned about his health. I don't want to RIP him, but can you please acknowledge that I could kick his ass at least now?
Now you could.
Okay, good.
But I even said the Mule.
Yeah, you said the Mule. You didn't say that at the time when the Mule came out, because I think that argument came up again.
I think at the Mule you would be able to kick his butt, but not Gran Torino.
This is the first time you've acknowledged it. I just want a public acknowledging.
Clint Eastwood? No way, dude. He was vicious.
Brian, can you pull up Gran Torino, Clint Eastwood? Because I'm telling you, there's not much of a difference between the Mule and Gran Torino.
He was only 75, 80 at the time.
Look, I'm totally taking him on Gran Torino.
He's still a little bit. Look at that. Dude,
like I'm telling you,
he's still a little bit fit in that picture.
Like Dirty Harry, any of that, I'm not touching him. But like,
by the way, all he has to do is dance around you and pop you a few times.
I charge him.
Maybe not now.
No,
maybe you can take the Gran Torino now.
I'm saying I charge him
100 pounds heavier.
I'm saying I charge him.
You're not charging anyone.
Once I fall on him, he's done.
You're
broke
not
a hip.
Anyone,
he broke bones.
You were. I'm
charging him.
Right, but guess what? The initial momentum or inertia it takes you to move your big body in a charge, he's already gone. He's already sidestepped you.
He was slow in Gran Torino. Go back and watch it. He was pretty slow.
He wasn't that slow.
Yeah, he was slow.
You are high, my friend.
I'm telling you. But anyway, I got him now, Clint Eastwood.
Now
I'm
you
just,
could.
I'm just
Now.
kidding. Clint Eastwood, I love you. This is not anything to do with you.
There was also a Gene Hackman sighting the other day, apparently.
Oh yeah, he's another one that he retired and stayed retired.
Like a recluse. He just went like behind closed doors.
Absolutely. So, anyway.
By the way, we can do it in the movie section, but I was going to say I watched 15 minutes of Clerks 3 and I couldn't watch anymore.
Well, I told you at the time it wasn't for you. It's more Brian. Like you have to be. I think you have to be like a super fan.
Yeah, you do. Because I watched it. I was like, I can't even watch this.
Yeah, and like I said, you really do have to be a super fan. Let's go ahead and do my wife's favorite part of the show.
Boom.
Mailbag. Okay, folks, it's time for mailbag.
Yes, it is, folks.
Mailbag.
Okay, so unfortunately, since Brian is not able to talk,
You have to read it.
I have to read it. So now I get to go through my emails and find. Oh, you know what it is? I had a back and forth with Space Coast Bill, so I'm going to give it to Space Coast Bill first. Of course, by the way, the 1 week that I get to read them is
It's
when
Space Coast Bill.
No, there's 2 emails and both of them are kind of long, so it's like great. Let me take a swig of water. Vamp for a sec.
You get the bad luck read.
I know I get the bad luck read. Okay, so this is in Space Coast Bill. I got to read everything. So this one is titled "Attention to Details."
Uh-oh. God, that means we're gonna get roasted.
He said, and keep in mind, he actually sent. We did the show a day earlier last week, so he sent it on time, but it wasn't on time for the actual show.
Got it.
Attention to details. He says, in your defense, you guys did mention that you will have 2 weeks of shows, but you may come up short with the 3rd week. So it wasn't a surprise to me that you didn't realize an episode last week. Oh, didn't release. Sorry. Let me read that again. Brian.
Brian, come back.
So it wasn't a surprise to me that you didn't release an episode last week because we had mentioned that,
right.
It did surprise some folks that we didn't do an episode. Okay. So anyway, FYI, I did not see Champions. I'm just not a fan of comedies. I did see Scream 6, 65, and Operation Fortune. Ruse de Guerre. Why am I getting foreign words to say in this thing too? And then all surprisingly decent movies, which they all kind of look good. Operation Fortune looked pretty dope. I'm not going to say the Ruse de Guerre or whatever.
I want to see the what was the Operation 65?
65.
Yeah, when that comes to like stars or whatever, I'll watch it.
So then he said, I know the homework was top 5 sports movies, but it didn't feel right leaving some out. So here are my top 10 sports movies.
Whoa. All right.
Okay. I'm going to go in order. Number 10 is Breaking Away. I think that's a running movie. I think it's a running movie. Brian's looking it up now.
Breaking Away. Is that a biking movie?
I just keep thinking Pink Floyd. I'm like, Breaking Away.
Breaking Away. Why don't I know this?
Oh, it's a bike movie.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Boom. Number 9, Slapshot. I might have seen it once or twice.
Yeah, Slapshot's great.
Hanson brothers are solid.
I don't know if it stands the test of time, but
it doesn't really stand the test of time because there's so many things that have changed in the sport.
Yeah.
So it's tough, but you can't go wrong with the Hansons.
I'll still. It could be top 10. I don't know if it stands the test of
time. Number 8 is The Pride of the Yankees.
I've
never seen it.
He's gonna hate me. I've never seen it either, and I'm a Yankees
fan. How do you
fan.
call yourself a Yankees fan and you haven't? If there was The Pride of the Flyers, I'd have seen it.
You probably would, but it doesn't. Like I don't. Wow. I don't know. Like I don't know what it.
Looks like Space Coast Bill's going to be emailing next week.
I was going to say, he's.
Oh, wow. That Gary Cooper. That's an oldie.
Gary Cooper. Super duper.
taco, putting on the Ritz. Okay, so number 7 is Major League.
Awesome. I love Major League.
F you, Jobu.
Oh, this is, I was going to try to remember for the podcast, but I didn't until he just reminded me.
Until the podcast?
No, until you read the email from Space Coast Bill.
Okay.
So I saw a TikTok that was sent to me this week where the guy who plays Serrano, Dennis Haysbert, he actually hit those balls in the movie. He's actually in the batter's box hitting those home runs in front of like 40,000 people.
There's no pressure
there. It's actually him.
Are you sure that's not like a weird TikTok, like where they've added?
No, I don't think so. It was like
some of those get you.
It was guys doing a podcast and they were talking about how it was really him.
Oh, it could be. I don't know. It could be.
And I was like, oh my God.
I would think that that's hard to do.
Remember though, Haysbert is a big dude.
I understand 6'3", that, but still, if he's hitting home runs like that
massive
all the time, he's playing professional.
Right, but remember it could have been some 70-mile-per-hour balls that were easy to hit.
It could be. I don't know, but that's still pretty dope.
Love that movie, though.
Number 6 is the Bad News Bears 1976, and I'm so happy he put 1976 because that is the only good Bad News Bears.
It is. It's the only good one. Even the sequels in that era weren't that great.
Yeah, the Houston Astrodome one or whatever. No, Tanner's the best. Nobody beats Tanner.
Tanner's awesome.
Which is funny. If you, and I don't know if Apple has changed it, but if you go to the Apple movie section where you can buy movies, if you go to the Bad News Bears 1976 and you watch the preview, it's Tanner unfiltered in the preview. And I'm pretty sure that it probably aired back in 1976 on regular TV when all things were accepted.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I can't believe that it's actually in the preview.
Tanner ruled.
Dude, Tanner's the bomb. Number 5 is Field of Dreams.
Awesome.
Number 4, Moneyball.
Nice. See?
Yeah,
that's on everyone's list but you.
But mine. Number 3 is The Natural.
He went heavy baseball.
He did.
I know he's a big baseball fan. I told you Natural is one of my honorable mentions. It's probably in 7 or 8. I mean,
just know you're going to get a big letdown.
Okay.
Number 2, Rocky. Awesome. We can agree. Rocky's number 2.
I know, but what did he put it behind?
Your number, the number 1. Space Ghost Bill, I think you're doing this just for a reaction, sir.
It's got to be.
Number 1 from Space Ghost Bill.
Don't say Raging Bull. I'll be really pissed.
He Got Game.
Folks, due to some technical difficulties, we cannot continue with the rest of the show.
Mooney's head is going to explode.
You got to be kidding me. Denzel is an awesome actor. And Ice Cube is too, but like
He Got Game. Is it for the soundtrack? The soundtrack's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
Public Enemy was on the soundtrack.
No, just no. He Got Game is not. I don't even think it's the best basketball movie.
Out of his top 10, that's number 1. Boom.
Oh God.
Then he says,
He
says, P.S. I haven't yet finished listening to the episode, but I wanted to get this email off before the cutoff. Hopefully it's 30. Yeah, we got that. Anyway, thank you, Space Coast Bill. I love the way you ended it. Awesome. Okay, up next is
upsetting.
Rob from Leesburg. Subject line is 5 sports movies. Boys. Top 5 sports movies. You boys. He goes, you boys covered mine last week, but I will share some others for consideration.
Oh, so we talked
about his top 5 already.
15 or 13 total, whatever it was.
So he's bringing up other ones.
Okay, got it.
Okay, he's got Hoosiers, which I told you was going to be on mine. I just didn't. Yeah, I love Hoosiers.
I mean, by the way, I'll get to it in my sports section, but yes, Hoosiers is a very important movie to remember.
Awesome. Number 2 is The Bad News Bears, and he didn't put a date, but it better be the 1976.
Yeah, because if it's not
it doesn't count. I'm just going to assume 1976.
What is it? What's the coach's name? Buttermaker.
Buttermaker. Yes. That's awesome.
And what is it? What's the
Remember Billy
name?
Bob Thornton did it later? That was awful.
What's the actor's name?
Walter Matthau.
Walter Matthau.
Yes. Classic. I want to watch that now, matter of fact.
Yes.
Okay. Then he's got Cool Runnings.
Awesome. I love Cool Runnings. Plus, it's John Candy. How do you not love it?
Yeah. Speaking of John Candy, he's got Summer Rental because they had the boat race.
Summer Rental.
Summer Rental, believe it or not, doesn't hold up as much. Though.
No, it does. It absolutely holds up. 100%. I watched it like last year.
No, I watched it like last year and it didn't hold up as much.
Yeah, you told me it didn't. Then I watched and I was like, you're wrong. It's amazing still.
Okay, fair enough. It didn't hold up for me, folks. Okay, then
I said to dump all the chicken fingers in the whatever. Come on, dude. That movie's great.
But what does hold up in his last movie that he's got listed is One Crazy Summer, again, boat racing. One Crazy Summer will always be great to me. It will 100% stand up.
If you don't like One Crazy Summer, I don't want to know you because that movie is fantastic.
Like I said, Better Off Dead and One Crazy Summer, I will watch at any point. And I've seen him, I watch him at least once or twice
Savage
a year.
Steve Holland, your boy.
Yeah, Savage Steve Holland. And did I ever tell you I was in a film class in high school? And you had to do a project on a director, and you had to.
So what, you like chainsaw? And
you had to present a movie by this whatever director and do this real good talk up, but the class had to watch the movie, and of course you get Spielberg and you get like all the ones you just know, and you get them all, Orson Welles, all that stuff. They get to me, and I'm like, I'm going to introduce you to Savage Steve Holland. Savage Steve Holland makes my favorite movies of all time. It was before, obviously, Clerks and all that stuff. So, and the teacher's face was just like, no. I've never heard of him. He's not in the textbook, sir. And I'm like, that's not my fault.
Right. You didn't say you had to stick to the textbook.
You said director and highlighted. I'm like, I'm highlighting the best. And I was like, folks, you were going to love
watch
this.
It?
They had no choice but to watch it.
Yes.
So they watched Better Off Dead, and so it was fantastic. The people in my class thoroughly enjoyed it. The teacher was not very thrilled.
Come on, God, how do you not like that movie?
And yet, meanwhile, we had to watch like an Ingmar Bergman Swedish film.
Who picked that?
Some kid who's a brown noser trying to get a good grade and got an A. I got to say, I got C for the Savage Steve Holland. I guess because it's not
as long as the presentation and wording was good, you should. Guess
because it's not like an art film or whatever.
Oh, stop!
Some of those people get a little stuffy, and so
God, what would I have chosen? I got at that time. What was it? What years?
It was. I think it was my junior year in high school. It'd be like 92, maybe
92.
Yeah. So you'd have to figure out like who. But see, you would go in action
because I probably would have went John McTiernan.
You actually could have gone. Well, Stallone didn't direct; he wrote.
You could have gone Rocky, 100%.
But he didn't direct. He didn't. He
could have done Rocky 2.
Did he direct that one?
No, he didn't. Or he may have directed that one.
Oh.
But my point is I would have mentioned that director to watch Rocky 2 in class.
Oh, okay. I think you would do like a Richard Donner or whatever.
Who directed Rocky 2? Alvinson?
I think John G. Alvinson did like the first couple.
If I got Alvinson, that would be a pimp. Call.
I think you might be. Oh, he directed it. Stallone.
He did.
Oh, boom, Rocky 2.
Stallone did 2.
Yeah.
Alvinson did the first
He did
one?
the first one.
Okay.
I feel like he did more than that, but anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stallone did Rocky 2. You could easily get away with that.
Oh my God. I 100% would have done Rocky 2 at that time.
Yeah. And you would have at least enjoyed my Savage Steve Holland.
Mm-hmm.
So awesome.
I say McTiernan, but that would have been only 1 year old at that time.
Yep. Okay. So back to Rob from Leesburg. He said, all of these movies, plus many of the ones you boys mentioned, are movies that I am flipping through channels I would stop to watch. Awesome.
Have to.
Because I watched the movie Rush based on Brian's recommendation.
Oh my God. Please tell me he said it sucked.
He said, I thought it was okay. My guess is Matt will like it more than Mooney since Nikki Lauda doesn't filter what he says. You have a problem with people who don't filter?
No,
You're
love
usually
cursing.
the guy that doesn't filter.
I don't know where he's getting that.
I don't
I'm
know.
the big cursor guy.
Yeah, you don't filter at all. He said, in fact, Nikki's marriage proposal to his wife was, I should warn you, I'm not going to be any good at this. Bringing flowers and holding hands. I'm probably forget your birthday, but I'm going to do this with anyone. He goes, but if I'm going to do this with anyone, it might as well be you.
Oh yeah, that's probably why I wouldn't like it.
Oh, okay.
The whole depressing part of it.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's right up your alley.
Okay, so anyway, then he ends with a big FYI. Big Dog Detailing did a real nice job on my wife's new Tesla.
Boom!
Placing ceramic sealant on it. I've had other Tesla owners already approach me to ask what I did. There is a noticeable difference between the stock Tesla paint job and the one that has been ceramically sealed. I told them what Big Dog Detailing did.
Nice.
Boom. Rob from
Grabbing
Leesburg.
business.
Way to go.
Rob from Leesburg.
BK and Big Dog Auto Detailing.
I was going to say you should get a frequent flyer. I mean,
I know, right?
That'd be awesome.
It's pretty solid. You know, BK's got to get those little like subway things where you like clip off.
For everyone that he got referred on, he should get a clip.
Yeah, get a little clip for a free car wash.
A little picture of a car. Click, click,
That'd
click.
be dope. Okay, cool. So that was the mailbag, folks.
Boom, love it.
Now, movies. Oh, why am I doing it?
Yeah,
I guess I'm just talking a lot in this episode.
You are talking
It throws me off because Brian's not like.
Yeah.
The funny thing is we don't talk to Brian anyway, but it's like it's weird when he really can't talk.
Right, because he jumps in from time to time. And
Okay, so movies of the week. Yes, there are other movies coming out this week.
There's only really
I am not,
one big.
I'm not even going to mention them because, quite frankly, there's only one movie anybody should go see, and that's going to be John Wick 4. We mentioned it last week, so we don't really need to go. We don't really need to go too much into it. But like, if you're not going to see John Wick 4, then don't go to the movies. There's no reason.
You shouldn't be allowed to go to the movies.
No, like go look at the cherry blossoms, go do something else because you're clearly making a bad decision if you go to the movies and don't see John Wick 4.
Everyone, okay, this is what should happen. The ticket taker person should have been, or the kiosk should say, hey, thank you for coming to Alamo or whatever. Have you seen John Wick 4 yet? And if you hit no, it just pops up those movie times and you can't hit anything else. You can't buy tickets for any other movie but John Wick.
If I owned a theater chain, I would literally, let's say I have 12 theaters, all 12 would be John Wick at different times so more people could go see, because why am I going to have an empty theater when I don't need to have an empty theater? That's what you do.
And if someone came to me, they're like, oh, you guys don't have any other movies? We're like, no, sorry.
And it'd be like, there's.
Or you could have one for Scream 6 and one for Creed 3.
Well, no, I would be like, look, we have John Wick at 12, but we also have John Wick at 12:15. So you have options. You know, you can even go to the John Wick at 12:30. You know, that's what I would do.
Grab some lunch, come back and watch the 1:30.
Yeah, something along those lines. And so, so we don't really need to go into it too much because we've mentioned it quite a bit, but just know that is the movie of the week.
It is a shame that as it gets released, it's the big
RIP for Lance Reddick.
Yes.
And he was one of those dudes that there's certain actors that like people have opinions on, good or bad.
Yeah.
Then there's actors like Morgan Freeman that
nobody dislikes,
or James Earl Jones.
Nobody dislikes.
Nobody dislikes. Lance Reddick was in that category.
Yes,
I have never
as popular, but no one would go, man, that Lance Reddick.
Yeah, most people didn't know his name, but once they see a picture, they go, "Oh, I love that dude."
Yeah, who doesn't?
I don't want to know the person who doesn't like Lance Reddick. He was awesome in The Wire. He was awesome in Fringe. He's awesome in everything, and he was especially awesome in the John Wick movies.
Yeah, He's a very key actor in everything he does because he's got that face and he's memorable.
Yeah,
and
he's got a
speaking voice. Yeah,
he's got the like
Very
I'm the
distinguished,
boss.
yeah.
Like no matter what he's the boss. Like even if I was like the CEO of a company and he was like a VP,
yeah.
he would still be my boss because he would be the guy putting me in line.
He always looks like he knows the answers.
Yes. He definitely, like if he was on Jeopardy, they wouldn't even bother asking the questions because they're like, we know you know. And so no,
He does.
Lance Reddick was awesome.
R.I.P., buddy.
R.I.P. Lance Reddick, and thank you for all the great work. Then, sir, up next, you saw Scream 6.
I did.
So
I loved it.
Was there a chance you weren't going to like it? Just to throw it out there.
There was. Absolutely.
Okay.
It was better than Scream 5.
How does it compare out of 6 Screams? How does it compare to?
Probably number 4. Because I really like the first one's still the best.
Mm-hmm.
The second one I enjoyed. I still enjoyed the second one. So it probably goes from me 1, 2, 5, 6, 3, 4, or 4, 3. Probably
Okay.
3, 4.
Okay, boom.
3 and 4 were awful. I didn't like either one.
Wait, you just put 5 above 6, which you just then said.
Sorry,
6
6,
is better
5.
than
That's what I meant. 1, 2,
Okay.
6, 5, or 1, 6, 5, 2. It could be 6, 5, and 2 are interchangeable,
Okay.
but they're all good.
Okay, so when it comes to, and this is the one with Wednesday in it, Jenna Ortega.
Yeah, Jenny Ortega. Yes,
Yeah.
she's in number 5 too. So she's a repeat character. So 6 and 5 are repeat cast.
Okay, I'm going on record. I'm going to call it right now. I think she will have the smallest career possible. I think she's
I don't know.
highly inflated at the moment because of
She's
Wednesday
inflated. I agree.
and Scream, but I've seen a bunch of like talk on like where she's just impossible to work with as far as being difficult because she's in it.
Then
Because
she's done.
Wednesday's all in her head, so she's like a big PIA. Apparently.
No, you're done for.
And so once you get that label, it's not looking good.
Especially
for you.
that young. Like if you're Julia Roberts, then you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Once you've done like Erin Brockovich and Pretty Woman and all the other movies that she's done, then you could be a diva. But when you've done Scream 6 and Wednesday,
yeah, and they picked her like she was
Scream
like
5, 6, and Wednesday.
Yeah, like she had like no work prior to that, like a commercial maybe, but it was like, dude, if that gets to your head, if everybody's just like, oh, you're the greatest, you're the new it person, and then it gets to your head, you know.
By the way, Neve Campbell wasn't the next it person. It didn't take for her long her career to shut down.
That's what I'm saying. So, Jenna Ortega, if you're watching this, heed my advice. Be humble.
She's not even the best actress in the movie.
I'm just saying humility is a good thing. Elliot Gould, by the way, completely got blacklisted from Hollywood because he was a big pain in the ass on the set.
So the killing, there are a lot of good death scenes. It is pretty predictable, but there are some surprises, if you will. The development, it doesn't keep you, there's not a long time between deaths and kills, which is really nice. God, but Mason, I'm telling you, I think he's a good actor and he'll get more roles. Mason Gooding, one of the guys I was considering for Johnny whatever for the Grease, he's solid actor, dude.
Okay.
Solid.
Cool.
I'm definitely very intriguing guy to watch. He's funny. He's got a very friendly face. He doesn't come across cocky or like condescending.
Okay, cool. I'll check it out. Not this week.
No. You can wait. I mean, it's not something you can
good.
For me, I had to go and watch it right away.
I'll wait till it comes to streaming because you know how I enjoy that better. Okay, well, with that being said. Okay, so Backstage Pass. Lots of music coming out this week. Before I get into the new music that's coming out this week, last week I think I completely bumped Backstage Pass. Or actually, no, I highlighted Arch Enemy. What I didn't highlight was this is, folks, I know we're old men, but Miley Cyrus put out an album called Endless Summer Vacation last week. and it's fantastic. And I will say this: I'm not a uber.
Fantastic.
I'm not like the. I
Come
never
on, dude.
watched.
You know,
like
fantastic should be a reserve.
I
word.
know, and I will never I never watched Hannah Montana. I didn't get all that. I do like some Miley songs, so I've been more a peripheral fan. I'm not the person who's like.
But this is fantastic.
It's
the seal
so good. Like I didn't honestly. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did.
And you do.
Oh, it's great. And the reason why it's great is because it falls into what I love. And like when like female singers get to a certain age,
right?
And you don't have to be a certain age, but it helps. You know, where your
voice changes.
No, it's not that. It's where you've matured. Okay. Where it's not like bubblegummy or whatever. Like she's
bubblegummy.
Yeah, she's bubblegum pop, right? That's
okay.
There's a difference.
Bubblegummy. I like it.
There's like
I'm with it.
You know, then then when you hit the maturity part, the songs get a little bit deeper, for lack of better terms.
What you're talking about.
The album seems to be a breakup album with her and the non-Chris Hemsworth.
Liam? Well, there's
Liam.
3 Hemsworths.
It's the one from Hunger Games.
That's Liam. That's Liam.
Okay,
yeah.
So she was like on and off with him for quite some time, and apparently, they broke up. But anyway, this album is basically like the breakup album. I love a good breakup album.
Of
course
I do. You do.
And it's fantastic. It's on the mellow side, but it's deeper.
Melodramatic or
it's mellow. No, just chill wise.
Okay.
It's not all like in your face. It's mellow, and the lyrics are much better, like deeper.
And she comes across pretty clear.
Love it. Oh yeah, I think you would enjoy it, sir.
All right, I'll have to give it a listen.
So I do want to highlight that. If you even remotely like Miley Cyrus, definitely check it out. And so, like I said,
now that she's single, I'll have to check it out.
Well, I do think a lot of people think when you mention her that they go right to Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
And they go, well, I'm not listening to that. And that's what I'm trying to convey here. She's actually really talented, and it's a really great album.
Well, I mean, like Justin Bieber, same thing, right? Like he sounded a lot better as his albums progressed.
I couldn't tell you what his last stuff sounds like. I don't know.
I mean, what I'm saying is I always poo-pooed Bieber, but then he had a couple of songs that were on the radio that I was like, oh, I like that song.
Okay, boom. It could be the same case. I just can't speak to it. Okay, so now up to the new albums coming out this week.
All right, here we go.
First one I'm actually excited about. Is Baby Metal.
Nice.
You know our girls from, I think they're from Japan. They have an album. The new album is called The Other One, and it's a concept album. So
concept album.
So it's basically the same storyline or whatever goes through all of the songs. So it's one conclusive album.
Got it.
So basically there's 10 songs, and each song basically represents a separate parallel world that they've
it already sounds way too confusing.
I'm fascinated. I really enjoy concept albums, and I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to come off.
I'll listen, but I don't know if I'm going to follow.
But apparently they've discovered 10 separate parallel worlds, and that's each song has a different world.
So they've traveled to these parallel worlds and created lyrics for them.
Hey, I don't know what goes in their mind, but it's going to be cool.
Hey,
I totally dig Baby Metal. I think that
as long as I can watch them sing it, then I'm good.
Oh yeah, and I brought Baby Metal to your attention a few times over the years.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that.
I'll tell you what you did bring to my attention: Power Wolf.
Power Wolf is fantastic.
They are solid.
I know, right? I'm telling you, good stuff. We'll definitely be doing some reactions to Power Wolf. Anyway. The next one I want to bring up is Depeche Mode put out their 15th album.
I'm gonna go make a drink.
And I will say, I'm sure there's people in our audience that like Depeche Mode.
No one likes Depeche Mode.
I'm sure they've done pretty well.
No one in our audience likes
Depeche Mode. They've done pretty well in their career. So, 15 albums. They did have one of their members died, and this is, I think, the first album without that member. I did see Depeche Mode live a long time ago. Wasn't my best concert experience, but I do respect Depeche Mode. So I do think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to check it out. The first song, it's called Ghosts, I believe. I liked it. So I'm for it. Then the next album coming out is from our boys Fall Out Boy.
No, they're not. They're your boys. They're not my boys.
The album is called So Much for Stardust. And I like
the Stardust, like Vegas Stardust.
I guess I like Fall Out Boy. Like,
no, you don't.
I totally do. I think I have all of their albums.
Oh, you have every album for every band ever.
I do tend to pick up music on Fridays, but anyway, I do enjoy Fall Out Boy, and I found out like a week ago how they got their name.
Okay, here, hit me with it. Maybe I'll like them a little bit better than I do now, which
you
is not
probably won't, but. They got their name from The Simpsons.
What?
Yes, there was a I guess there was a comic
Who's
book.
that?
There was a comic book within The Simpsons for like the nuclear power plant, and it was like Nuclear Man or whatever, and Fallout Boy. And so
what?
So they got their name from The Simpsons. They literally still Brian's got a picture of Fallout Boy. That's Millhouse. And so yes, so that's essentially where they got their.
Oh my god!
Where they got their name. So
that is insane. That's cool.
That's a little sub fact.
You know what? I like that. Maybe I'll listen to it. I don't like that Sugar. I'm going down. Whatever.
I do like that. There are some songs I don't dig.
Too cheesy for me.
I will say everything I've seen of them do live, I'm not a big fan of, just because I don't think the lead singer sounds as good live than what they do in the album, which I always have a problem with that. So I think they do a lot of stuff in the studio that makes them sound good, and I do enjoy their music.
They sound like albums. A weaker version of Green Day to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
I love Green Day, but like they seem like non-Green Day. I'm like, I'd rather just listen to Green Day.
Yeah, they have a little bit of that, but not really. They're more, I don't know. It is that power pop, whatever it is. I don't know.
Oh, producer Brian wanted to jump in and say the movie isn't depressing at all, and that we should watch Rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, that's why Brian's muted. There's no real technical difficulties. We just muted him, folks. Okay. So with that being said,
he likes Fall Out Boy too.
Yeah, good. Way to go, Brian. You know what's up. Okay, never mind. I'll unmute you now that the show's ending.
Now the show's ending.
And so I think that's pretty much it. I did get my TV privileges back, as we mentioned last week. Oh, we're not done yet. I totally missed something. Hold on.
This is Cindy Starfall.
Oh, wait. Yeah, we almost forgot.
Mooney's Dugout. Love you, Mooney.
Between Baby Metal and Love Bites and all, how did I forget Cindy Starfall?
I mean, you can't forget her. I'll never forget her.
I know, right? I'm sorry, Cindy. I apologize.
Oh, she's okay. She'll get over it.
Okay, fair enough.
Brian quit, so.
He did, because we're not paying attention to his notes. He's like, damn it, you guys should have ended a while ago.
Okay, so sports, like I said, is going to get really interesting in about 2 more weeks, because you have both NBA playoffs and NHL playoffs coming. But in the meantime, you have the best event of the year next to the Super Bowl, which is March Madness. Starts up again tomorrow. Living up to its name in the first round, 3 huge upsets. Princeton beat Arizona. That was a 15 seed beating a 2 seed.
Awesome.
Nuts. Busting brackets all over the place day one. And if that wasn't enough, if you're like, oh, okay, well, I still have a chance. Number 16 seed Fairleigh Dickinson beat Purdue.
That was my nickname back in high school. Fairleigh Dickinson.
That's a 16 beating a 1. It's only the second time it's ever happened.
That's awesome.
And the reason I wanted to remember Hoosiers is I don't understand why these big schools don't watch that movie and go, okay,
we're the other guys.
Here's how you beat a small team. You knock them down and you step on their throat early and you don't let them get up. That's it. That's how you beat them. You're bigger. You're stronger. You have guys that are just plain out better. You don't get scared. When they pressure you, you knock them over and you take an early lead and you don't let them back in. You don't big brother them and go, hey, little brother, hey. And then he pops you in the mouth before mom says dinner time. And you're like, okay, you got the last shot in. No, you just step on their throat and you let them there to die.
Like, I have literally no idea what you just said, but it sounded awesome. Like you'd be an awesome coach.
Right.
Like literally, I was like, I'm not following, and you lost me a little bit, but that's awesome. You sound convincing.
You don't let them breathe. But Purdue was scared of a 16 seed.
So what they should do, if I'm, I don't know the number 1 seed or whatever, if I'm that coach, I make them watch Hoosiers and I go, look, a-holes. This number 16 team is got Gene Hackman in their locker room with the tape measure.
He did.
Going, hey, this is what's up.
And he did. The Fairleigh Dickinson coach, that's what he said. After the game, he said, look, he goes, I keep watching tape of this Purdue team, and we're the perfect team to beat him. Mm-hmm. And he kept convincing his team, we're the perfect team to beat him.
I think I can.
What you do is you take that little team. By the way, Purdue has a guy who's 7'4". 7'4". The tallest guy in Fairleigh Dickinson's like 6'7".
6'1". The average is 6'1". Average
is 6'1".
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The tallest dude is like 6'7", 6'5".
I only know this because the guy was on the Today Show.
7'4".
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this just in, Zachary Edney. You hold the ball above your head like this, and you don't bring it down here where they can get it and knock it away. You hold it above your head, and you dunk it because you're 7'4". That's it. School over, Zach. School over. You don't lose to a 16 seed.
Folks who are listening in their car, you might want to go to our YouTube later on and see that visual.
Okay, so the last upset was Arkansas, an 8 seed, beating Kansas, a 1 seed. It's not as the disparity is not as much there, but Kansas is a super strong team every year in the tournament. That was a huge surprise. And I hate doing this. You all know how patriotic I am, but shout out to Japan, who beat us 3-2 yesterday in the World Baseball Classic. It was an awesome game. Shohei Ohtani pitched the 9th inning and actually struck out Mike Trout, who is his teammate in Los Angeles. So congrats. You would have loved it. It was like, you love end of game ceremonies.
I do love that. And I do want to thank Japan for Love Bites.
Yes.
Our new favorite Japanese band.
I do love Love Bites. And I love Powerwolf too. I have
Powerwolf
two fans.
is German.
And by the way, Iron Maiden, just I don't know how I wasn't a fan earlier.
I know you're really sleeping on it.
Dude, that
but
lead singer
don't give away
is
too much because we haven't released those.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So yeah, don't give away too much.
Cut the mic off. Cut my mic off.
But we do enjoy Powerwolf. And so anyways, is that it for the sports?
I think that's it for the sports.
Yeah, I think I can skip the TV part. I did get my TV rights back for those who were concerned.
We have Ted. Oh, we already talked about Ted Lasso, but it officially released.
Yeah. Ted Lasso officially released. I did watch the first episode.
Don't tell me.
What I think is a couple of thoughts
from the lack of popularity of the app. Hearing.
I will say that it's kind of like you see your old friends, and you immediately want them to be at the best that they're going to be, but they're just kind of like your old friends, so it's not bad, it's not great either. What I found to be very interesting is, and obviously it's the first episode, they got a whole season to go, they got to build story and all that stuff, and I get it, so I'm not going to I don't want to crush the show. What I thought was fascinating is, folks, I know nothing about soccer. Like, I just don't. Like, literally, I know Ted Lasso plays for AFC Richmond, which, in my opinion, I don't think is a real team.
I don't think so either.
But the bad guy on the new season of Ted Lasso plays for West Ham, which is Steve Harris from Iron Maiden's favorite band. So the funny thing is, like, he's got West Ham all over everything. I actually have a West Ham Iron Maiden
So now
jersey.
you're rooting against Lasso.
How do I not? I'm sitting there going, dude, West Ham, that's my team.
So now you're rooting against Jason Sudeikis. God.
I don't want to root against because I love Roy Kent, but if Roy
Kent's a beast.
If we could get Roy Kent over on West Ham, we would be awesome.
I love Roy Kent.
Notice I'm saying we as if I have anything to do. I don't watch soccer.
I'd like to think we're a part of the team.
Yeah, I like to think so too. But I'm every time when they showed the West Ham stadium, I'm like, where's the Iron Maiden references? Like, where's
yeah?
Like, they should have Maiden all over this place, and they don't. God. So maybe we'll get cameos later on. But anyway, that's all I can think about.
If I start on Ted Lasso, that would be
be pretty dope.
That would be a huge win. Like the question of the day.
So question is out there. First episode is average. I'm very hopeful that it's going to get a lot better. Okay.
All right.
Speaking of a lot better is our technical.
Of a lot better, we mentioned him earlier. I can't say enough about this guy. All music, all tech support for Subfacts is provided by our friend Andy at Creative Underground. He runs a state-of-the-art production studio in Leesburg, Virginia. You can find out more by going to his website, but that's not all he does, folks. He does video live stream events. He does youth sports, corporate events, weddings, pro karaoke, and like Matt found out earlier, he is your go-to audiovisual guy for everything you need. Go to his website,
www.creativeunderground.co.com. I will say and I do want to stress ahead of time, the technical issues we're having right now
are not due to him.
Have nothing to do with him.
He's going to fix them.
He actually volunteered to come. Like, he's been pretty busy, you know, which is great. It's good for Creative Underground, good for Andy, all that stuff. He's been pretty busy, so it's almost like he's taking pity on us with how bad a job I did.
Yeah.
So he's going to come over and try to put some magic dust on the creation that I did.
It would be like if you're like, trying to cook in the kitchen, right? And you knew like Bobby Flay, right? Bobby would come over and help you. That's what he would do.
Absolutely. So, so I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully we'll get these things patched up. I just don't want anybody to put 2 and 2 together and go, wait a minute. All tech support is by Creative. Andy had nothing to do with this stuff.
We wouldn't have got to be able to have a problem if it wasn't for.
Yes. So once again, creativeunderground.co.com. Up next is Big Ben from KStreetPhotographyDC.com. Earlier this week, a matter of fact, I was on a Facebook page and somebody was like, hey, does anybody know of a good photographer? And I literally I'm literally writing back. I'm like, there's only one name in the industry, sir. Yeah. And that's Ben from KStreetPhotographyDC.com. I'm like, you should already know this. This is something that everybody should know. Big Ben is in high demand. High demand. There's a ton of people. Obviously, springtime's coming up. People want to do those outdoor shots and stuff like that. You need outdoor drone shots. There's no one else to call.
No one else.
It's Big Ben. Actually, BK is hoping to get Big Ben to help him out with a project that he's doing.
Love it. I'd love to see our friends getting together.
Love the synergy. And so,
what movie?
But fortunately for us, our people know who the best people in the industry are.
Yep.
So there was no other choice but Big Ben from KStreetPhotographyDC.com. He also helped set us up with a future guest we might be having, which
I can't wait.
Which I'm really excited about.
Now I'm really excited about that guest.
I know, right? Really excited about the guest. We'll get into that later on, folks. So anyway, Ben's an award-winning image builder and FAA certified pilot of drones, specializing in commercial real estate marketing, business headshots, personalized business branding, imaging, corporate events, pretty much anything photography.
Everything you need.
That's your boy, Ben from KStreetPhotographyDC.com.
All right. Leesburg Rob mentioned him earlier, or Rob from Leesburg. And he's going to get a lot more business because Rob knows people who know people. And Big Dog Auto Detailing just pimped out a Tesla better than you can pimp out any Tesla in the world. They protected it. They made it look shiny. They made it look better than they got it off the boardroom floor. So I don't know what you're doing, but if you haven't called them yet, call them right away. Big Dog Auto Detailing, 571-233-8716. If you have a new car, protect it. Make sure it looks good all summer long. If you have an older car and you want it to look nice and shiny for the summer, call Big Dog Auto Detailing. If you have a pimp cheap like my boy here, call him. He'll do the job. Big Dog Auto Detailing, 571-233-8716.
And tell him, in all cases, tell him Subfact sent you.
Perfect. Before you do that, hit like and subscribe. Then
like and subscribe. Then say Subfact sent you. So now to us, folks. We are everywhere at this point. We've obviously alluded to it over the last couple of weeks. We started doing more YouTube. We've had more of a presence on YouTube than we ever have before. We can't thank you enough for the support that we've received. Our subscribers has gone up like not even triply, it's way more like than that. The views we've gotten are ridiculously fantastic. The comments we've gotten are awesome. So we really can't thank you enough for everything. And we're obviously, trying to work out the technical kinks so we can just keep plugging along and blow this thing
and get
up.
The best color man in the league back for next week.
Exactly. So thank you very, very much for all of that. If you're new to us and you want to learn more about us, please go to subfactspodcast.com because you can see pictures. Not that you can't already see us now. Friends
old
of the
episodes.
And more importantly, you can get our merch. We have it available,
T-shirts,
folks.
towels, pillows.
Pretty much all kinds of great merch. That's subfactspodcast.com. If you want to be a part of our show and write in, please, you can leave comments on YouTube or you can email us at subfactspodcast@gmail.com, just like Rob.
And by the way,
Space
not every
Coast
email
did.
is friendly. Like you saw with you missed this show, you missed that show, you missed this album. Call us. You missed this movie. Call us out if you want.
Yeah.
We love it.
And our worldwide numbers picked up. So, folks, if you're in a different country, don't hesitate to write in.
Japan, hit us up.
Yes. And so, we got Italy. Like, I want to call out, like, there was like Italy, Singapore.
Love it. Who doesn't love Singapore?
Oh, I know, right? And so, we're all over the place. Canada, we're everywhere. So, thank you very much for your support.
I think Singapore, if I'm not mistaken, Singapore is that's where I want to go visit that hotel. They got the pimp hotel at the end of the movie Crazy Rich Asians, where it's got the boat that is on top of all three hotels.
That's pretty dope.
But that is a bucket list item. I want to swim in that pool on top of that hotel.
I highly suggest you read the law book before you go to Singapore, though. Highly suggest.
Why? What am I going to do? Like, I love Asian peeps.
No. Singapore, from what I remember, is literally one of the most. It's like the cleanest place in the world.
Right.
There's like practically no violence, no anything. Like they keep things up to max, but the reason is because the laws are so strict. So the laws. Remember that one dude in like the 90s or whatever that got caned in Singapore for vandalism? Like, you're not going to go vandalize anything, but vandalizing can be construed as anything.
Yeah. Right.
So, like, you might jaywalk and then you get taken to getting caned, which I don't want to see you get caned. In a weird way, it would sound funny, but it would sound funny if I'm like, my boy's getting caned.
Yeah, you wouldn't stop him either.
No, what am I going to do?
You wouldn't be like, no, he didn't mean to do that.
No chance.
You're getting caned.
By the way, if you think I'm going to pull a Hunger Games where it's like, I'll fill in, no chance.
Volunteer tribute.
I would just be, I'm not volunteering. I would be like the flavor.
Dummy.
I'd be like your Flavor Flav. I'd be like, you're getting caned. There's a cane happening up here. But so just read the rule books before you go to Singapore.
I'll read the rule books. Got it.
Anyway,
Duly noted.
Yes, I think we've said it all.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much, folks, and we will see you next time. Hopefully, we'll have Brian back, and life will be good. Boom.